Hi and welcome back to Normski TV and another Transfer Daily. Yeah, looking at all things Arsenal with regards to our transfer. And first of all, let's start off with Hector Bellerin. It seems as if Juventus have made him their number one target, and also hearing that Arsenal are offering him to them. They've slapped a £27 million price tag on his head. So that's what they're valuing Hector Bellerin at. Juve are very much interested in him. I believe there's talk of them wanting to do a possibly swap deal with Rugani, their central defender, but I don't know whether that's going to happen now that we've got in our central defenders in the likes of Saliba and obviously the incoming Gabriel Magalhaes. I don't think we're going to need that, but I think personally speaking, we will need the cash. We're going to want straight cash. They have valued him at £27 million. Considering he's got 3 years left on his contract, you would have thought he would have gone for more. But owing to the pandemic and the financial situation of a lot of clubs, European clubs, it seems as if this is, a very conservative sort of figure that's being given out. So that's what Arsenal are priced at. Maybe if it wasn't for the pandemic, then maybe Bellerin with 3 years left on it. He's only 25. Seems like he's been around for ages with Arsenal. He started off coming through the Arsenal youth system. And yeah, he's surprisingly enough, he's only 25. He's vice captain, and has a lot of influence around the changing room, the dressing room, and stuff like that. So yeah, and he's an elder statesman. Would you believe it or not? So 27 million is the price that they're looking at, and Juve are looking at making him the number one target. At the moment, it's proving difficult right now trying to get players off our books. There's a lot of players that we need to get off our book. I keep saying this in all my transfer dailies that we need to get rid of players, and at the moment we've only got rid of one player. I think that's Sam Greenwood, who's gone to Leeds, you're just wondering what's going on. And for the players that we want to get in, it's really hampering our progress with regards to the transfer of players that we want. You've got Chelsea down the road that have signed 3 or 4 players within a week. They've just announced Thiago Silva, who's just on a 1-year deal, on a free from PSG. And we're still yet to announce, the likes of Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm not saying that he ain't done. And obviously the Uber deal, we're just hoping that gets announced. But yeah, Bellerin seems to be the target, and if Juve meet that price, then the likelihood is he's going to go. But the interesting thing is that if he does end up going to Juve, who have we got then in that right back position? Yes, we've got Cedric Suarez, but he would have been brought in as a backup to a Bellerin or possibly to an Ainsley Maitland-Niles. And with that saying, at the moment, currently Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still with us, and that's good news because obviously that deal where Wolves offered 15 million was rejected swiftly by Arsenal. They're looking at 2025 for Ainsley. The problem is that we are going to be left short in that area, and if we do sell Bellerin, yes, we get the money, then we try and put it towards the desired targets that we want, but it still leaves a hole in that right back position. So therefore, if we get rid of Bellerin, then we need to keep Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I think he does well in that position, and then he can fight it out there with Cedric Suarez. But that's what's being said from Corriere dello Sport, that it's an Italian media outlet, that Juve have made Bellerin their number one target, and we're talking a £27 million price tag that Arsenal have put in his head. Let's see how that is sort of pans out, but at the moment that's what it is at the moment. Yeah, I did mention Sam Greenwood, who we bought, I think 2 seasons ago, from, I can't remember the club that we bought him from. But he's I think it was Sunderland. I think might have been Sunderland. I can't. But correct me if I'm wrong. But he's gone to Leeds now. He's joined Leeds on a permanent deal. He's signed up there. I think we sold him for about 1.5 million with add-ons that will take it up to 3 million. He's come through under 18s and under 23s, and now he's going to join Leeds under 23. So we'll see what happened. Just to look at his stats, he scored 10 goals and made 5 assists in his first season at the club, and netted 6 times in the 2019-20. That's when he was playing for our under 23s. But it just seems as if it didn't work out for him, and he's ended up going to Leeds on a permanent deal. So we wish him all the best, and you never know if he does well up there. I don't know if we've put in a buy-on clause to say that if he's sold or a buyback clause that we can get him back, but we will just have to wait and see concerning that. All right, spoke about Ainsley Maitland-Niles. We want to keep him. Arteta made that pretty much clear in his press conference, but I think he left it quite open because basically the club want to get rid of him, not because they don't feel he's good enough. It's just that he's an asset, and we need to raise the money to get the desired targets that we want. So it's very much up in the air. But the problem is if his valuation is not met, then I see him hopefully staying at the club. It's likely that he will start in the Charity Shield tomorrow. And I think coming out from what people are saying is that he doesn't want to leave the club, and he wants to get himself established under Mikel Arteta. He has done really well under him, especially in the FA Cups. He played at left wing back and done really well there against Man City, against Liverpool. So, I just hope that we do keep him. We do try and see if we can get rid of Bellerin, get the 27 million for him, and then see where we go from there. But at the moment, as it stands, Ainsley Maitland-Niles is still an Arsenal player, even though people were saying that they were in advance. I think David Ornstein was saying that Wolves were in advance talks with Arsenal and Maitland-Niles representatives, but at the moment that doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. And as I said, the first bid has come in and it's been rejected, and unless Arsenal get the 20 plus, then it looks like Ainsley Maitland will stay. And I think for me that's a good coup if we do keep him. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think we should sell him? If we get 25 million, do you think we should sell him, or do you think we should keep him and get rid of Bellerin instead? Let me know in the comments what you think. Decision: would you rather Bellerin, who's an established right back, or do you Ainsley Maitland-Niles, who can establish himself in that right back position and come good under Mikel Arteta? Let me know what you think concerning that. Now, the problem is that it's said that Arsenal have not got no money, and we seem to be always been linked with players that seem to be out of our reach. Now, Usumawara, if I pronounce that right, Usumawara, at the moment, they're valuing him at around 60 mil, and Arsenal are still showing interest. They did try to go in and do a deal where they bid. I don't know if it was 44 million plus Guendouzi, or it was the equivalent value of Guendouzi and the cash deal. Now, obviously, Lyon rejected that, but I know Lyon would have to get rid of him because they're not in any European competitions whatsoever. They, I think, finished 7th in their last season. I know their season's just started. Whether he's going to play or not, I don't know. But Lyon do know that they need to get rid of him because obviously with the financial situation, he's a very talented player, 22 years old, and he's just a brilliant player, and a very kind of that number 8, number 10 can play in that role. And we need someone that's going to be creative and can get that ball moving forward and feeding our front players. So can Arsenal raise the money? It's still said that we are interested in him. Now, how are we going to do that? I don't know. Again, it's all about player sales. And, you know, with our history in terms of getting rid of players, especially now, you know, we've gone a whole month since the transfer window's open. You know, this doesn't close until October the 6th. So we've got around about 5 to 6 weeks left, but we got to get moving. You know, the season starts in 2 weeks' time. And, you know, we want the players that come in. Obviously, William Saliba would be likely to start come our first game away to Fulham. But we really need, at the moment, we're very slow when it comes to shifting players off our books. Loads of players. Kolasinac, we know he's linked now. Again, I'm hearing that he's linked with Roma. His old club, Schalke. But I don't know. I really don't know, you know, what to say concerning that. We definitely have to get moving and get rid of the dead wood, because it just really is not the one at the moment. All right, Socrates, again, he's been linked with a move to Roma and also Napoli. Now, I think that deal will probably happen. We'll probably get about 10 million for him. I know Torreira has been linked with a number of clubs in Spain and Italy again. You know, I think that they put a sort of a price value of 25 mil on his head. Will we get that? Will we be able to shift him? I mean, it seems as if Torreira wants to go back to Italy. I'm hoping that we will have some suitors that will actually come in for him and try and see if we can get a deal going. It could be that he may go on a loan deal, possibly. There was talk about him going on a loan deal. And the club, I can't remember the club. I think it was Fiorentina. That's it, Fiorentina. They want to take him on a loan deal, and I think for about something like 7.5 million for the loan deal. But at the moment, you know, I think Arsenal would prefer if they could get him off the books. So, you know, this is what's been said. This is from Sky Italia, that they like him, and they're going to try and make it their priority to try and get him this year. Whether that will happen, I don't know. But again, we just have to wait and see concerning the Torreira situation. Okay, we looking at the alternative to Thomas Partey, and that's Amadou Diawara. You know, it looks like Arsenal are ready in a bid for 27 million if they can't get the Thomas Partey. Now, it really bugs me why we can't find this £45 million. You know, we're spending all this money around, and we know there's areas of the part that we need to address. Thomas Partey is the ideal player that we need for our team. I think if we have him in our team, we get the likes of Usamawara or even a Coutinho, that will bring so much balance to the side. Yes, we would definitely make a forge for the top four. But, you know, it is all about player sales. That's what it is at the end of the day. It is all about player sales. And at the moment, you know, we have to go for the cheap end because we haven't got the money. Maybe Arsenal have got the money, I don't know. It could be a smoke screen, who knows. They might just say, right, we've signed Thomas Partey, just like that. Just how we got shocked by Pepe deal last year, or the year before, should I say. And we was thinking, wow. But at the moment, we seem to be softening on Thomas Partey. But 1 minute, you know, there's a boost that we could get in because Atletico Madrid are looking at another player that they're going to bring in that position. And then it's like, oh, you know, we've got a boost now about going for Thomas Partey. And now they're saying, no, we're not going to go for him. Who knows? It's in out, shake it all about. I'm just kind of getting a bit frustrated at the moment, but it is what it is. Just looking at the regards to the Thiago and Alan, if I can pronounce his name, Thiago Alcantara. He's looks like he's gonna be leaving Bayern Munich. Now there's talk that Liverpool haven't even been in contact with the player himself. You know, that's what Bayern Munich have said. So does that leave it open for a chance that Arsenal could possibly? I've heard that Mikel Arteta has rang him personally, and just to find out about his availability and stuff like that. But again, we don't know. But he would be another good player that we could have in the side. You know, he's 29 years old. I get that, but you know, he would be something good. He would definitely be an upgrade on the likes of someone like Torreira or even a Xhaka. But you know, Xhaka's going to be here to stay, so we just leave it at that. I think it was Rummenigge from Bayern Munich that said that there hasn't been any contact whatsoever at the moment. So that might leave it open for Arsenal to pursue that. But again, we'll have to just wait concerning that. Now let me just see if there's anything else that's in here. Right. So let me just get back onto I know that there was a press conference yesterday with Arteta concerned, and their question was asked about Gabriel and also about Uber and them signing or getting the deals announced. And at the moment, there's a lot of Arsenal fans out there that are quite nervous, you know, because they've not heard anything. You know, Gabriel's been in the country now a week or so. Right, get it? He's in quarantine and that. But surely, if it's been signed, everything's all been done. Why is it taking so long for this to be announced? Now, Arteta was asked the question, and he said that well, everything's okay when both parties sign and the player agrees the terms. He goes through the medical. Sometimes that in the final stage, it's not as easy as it looks. Now, are they saying that he didn't pass the medical, or is there an issue with the medical then? Or what? I don't know what's happening there. If someone can enlighten me in the comments and let me know where we are at, if anybody has the know. But listen to another reporter, Charles Watts. You know, he was saying there's really nothing to worry about. It's just them crossing the T's and dotting the I's. It will get announced soon. You know, obviously Arsenal fans are sitting on edge at the moment because, you know, it's typical Arsenal. We do things so late. You know, you get the likes of Chelsea just, you know, they linked with a player, they've signed a player, and then next thing you know, they've announced it. I'm just thinking, why Arsenal are taking so long? And, you know, he said, but we are pretty positive that we can do it again. When we get it, I will be very pleased. He's a player that we've followed, and we're very determined that it was the right profile for us to improve our squad. If we're able to finalise it, we will be delighted. So there's a lot of ifs in there, but I'm just hoping again that it's all done. He seemed quite positive about it. You know, if he wouldn't come out and speak about it, so he seems quite positive about it. And also, with regards to the Aubameyang update, Mikel Arteta has insisted that he remains confident that Pierre-Emerick will sign a new contract at Arsenal. He goes, I keep being positive. We have some really good talks with him and his agents, and I'm pretty confident that we can find an agreement soon. That's his feeling. That's what he said. That's my feeling. So let's see what happens concerning that. Did I speak about Kolasinac? And I said to him, yeah, he was linked. He was linked with Roma. That's coming up from Gazette dello Sport, that Roma are interested in him. Whether his wages is going to put him off or not, I don't know. Whether they got the money to do it or not, I don't know. Let's see what happens concerning that. Now, just before I finish, I was looking at some of Arsenal's biggest sales over the, we're going over the past decade or more. Going back to 1999. Now, I'm not going to do it in any particular order, but I'm just going to read a quick list down here. And our biggest actual fee that we've sold a player on for was actually Mark Overmars for 36 million, and that was sold him to Barcelona for 36 million. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain went for 34.2 million to Liverpool in 2017. Nicolas Anelka went for 31.5. to Real Madrid in 1999. Alexis Sanchez, 30.6 million to Man United in 2018. Cesc Fabregas, 30.6 million to Barcelona in 2011. Robin van Persie, 27.6 million to Man United in 2012. Alex Iwobi to Everton, 27.3 in 2019. Emmanuel Adebayo, 26.1 million to Man City in 2009. Sami Nasri, 24.7 to Man City in 2011. And Thierry Henry, 21.6 million to Barcelona in 2007. So if we look at that, none of those players, we've not touched the 40 million mark. Now, I don't know if that's just Arsenal. Okay, yeah, we would have made a lot of money on these players because a lot of these players came in for next to nothing. So we would have, when I say next to nothing, okay, we would have lost out on Alexis Sanchez. But a lot of these players we bought for very little, and we've definitely got some things. I mean, it's relative in terms of the period of time now. I mean, what would these players be worth now at their peak and the sort of monies they would be going? If there was no pandemic, you know, we would get some decent money. But as you can see, these are Arsenal's biggest sales. So we've not done anything over 40 million. If you can let me know, you know of a player that we've sold for more than 36 million, and that's Marc Overmars to Barcelona in 2000, let me know in the comments. Please let me know. But keep going back to it. It's about player sales now. We need to start making some money. I don't think personally we're going to be hitting any sort of 40 million pound marks for any players that are going to be going out. You know, you're looking at 20, 25, possibly 30 max for the players during this period of time. But we've got to get moving quick. We've only signed Willian. We're waiting to hear for the Gabriel Magalhaes to say that he's signed, and the announcement of Aubameyang. But that's all we've got at the moment. We've got one player goes, Sam Greenwood to Leeds. That's the only outgoing, apart from all our other players that have gone out on loan, which are mostly from the under-23s. We've got to get sales going. I can't reiterate it anymore. Arsenal, come on, man. We've got to move, mate. We've got to move like a big club. At the moment, we're still, I'm liking what Arteta's doing, but you've got to back him. Arsenal, you've got to back him. We just hope that the teams that are coming in will go for these players that we need to get off our books, and we'll get decent money. And hopefully, before October the 6th, we have Thomas Partey, possibly Usumawara in there, or maybe a Coutinho. Who knows? Listen, please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you next on the next Transfer Daily. Take care.